I'm Chinyere Mckenzie from Mama Knows Best, and I'm going to be speaking to Soala, and her teachings are based off Queen Esther of the Bible, who went through 12 months of purification process before marrying her king. Her philosophy is to attract anything into our lives, especially romantic relationships, and we must cleanse ourselves from inside out. And her motto is leveling up. The level up always starts from within. She's going to be sharing with us how she discovered these ancient African herbs given to only to women before marriage to keep their husband from infidelity, and also how to attract men and get what you want, get love, how to be adored, and how to get them to spend money on you. We've got so much things to talk about, especially this box and what is involved in this whole Asian African, herbs that brings out the femininity in women and absolutely the seduction part. So I'm actually really excited to speak to Soala, and she's coming on right now, and she's from the Queen Ester Secret and about Asian African herbs. Hi Soala, how you doing?
Hi there. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. That's just brilliant. Yeah, it just encapsulates everything that I do, and then obviously there's a lot more as well. And yes, my name's Soala, and I'm the founder of Queen Esther's Secrets, which is based on the story of Queen Esther. So many people might know it, some people might not, but it's I would say inspired by, because I wouldn't say it's completely a Christian or Jewish or anything like that. It's just inspired by that story, which I've actually been obsessed with for many years. My mother actually gave me a bottle of Queen Esther anointing oil, and I think that's what set off my journey, because it smelled so beautiful. Then I, read, it was one of my favorite books in the Bible, and just that passage where she went through this 12 months of purification, using all these ointments and oils and body steaming and yoni steaming and all the things that some of us we know today, but a lot of them are still secrets and are very hidden from the Western world. I mean, we use perfumes and makeup, but we don't realize that these are actually a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. So you don't really get the pure ingredients or the pure benefit of them, because these are made in labs, whereas these herbs and perfumes and ointments are actually made by women, by tribeswomen, for women, and they still use the same ingredients that they used to use more than 500 years ago, for decades and centuries, and it's actually passed down from generation to generation. So I'm actually very honored, and I feel so blessed to have been able to find these women that actually make these products, and they actually are so happy to share them with the wider world through me. So it's just been an amazing journey of discovery for myself, and I'm still learning as well. There's lots more to share, so I'm super happy about that. Yeah.
That's excellent. In terms of your products, what is the main seller, and what is the one that people will kind of hear about and go, oh my gosh, I didn't think that existed?
Yeah, well, well, probably a bit to take you a bit back into my journey of how I actually discovered them. So I told you about being obsessed with this story of Queen Esther, and I used to like try and make the kind of ointments and perfumes that she would use, and it never really came out right or whatever. Then I found out that there was a tribe in Nigeria that actually uses certain products and herbs and natural organic ingredients as aphrodisiacs, and actually to attract a man, and they use it for when they're going to into marriage. So I remember maybe about almost 15 years ago now, I had a friend, and she was dating this guy, and he was already married. And I said to her, look, why are you wasting your time with this guy? He's already married and everything like that. Anyway, she went on to tell me that she'd found that she was using some kind of aphrodisiacs that she got from Nigeria. She's a Nigerian girl. She wouldn't tell me what it was. She said, but you know what? The sex was just amazing. I've never had had that kind of intimacy before. It was like something totally out of this world. And then, within a few months, this girl was getting married to this guy. He'd left his wife and got married to her. And it's only, I was thinking, well, what was it that she did, or what was she using, or whatever? It's only a few months later that I kept hearing about these secrets. They're actually called kaya mata, and kaya mata means women's things. So I did a bit of research, and I went to Nigeria, and I was speaking to one of my friends about them, and she said, yeah, I know a lady that actually sells these things. She's called the directress. And I said, oh, I really need to meet. I need to get some. I managed to get some beforehand. And at that time, I wasn't really in a relationship. So I got one of my girlfriends, she's a Russian girl, to use them. And she had some amazing results. She was like telling me all these funny things that were happening to her. And I was like, wow, it sounds amazing. So when I went to Nigeria, I was introduced to this woman, but before I could actually get to see this woman, I had to like pretend that I was getting married, because a lot of the products are for women who are either engaged or they're married. One, because they some of them are bonding products. So when you use it with a guy, your sexuality and femininity becomes very enhanced, and you stand out from other women, just like Queen Ester stood out from all the other maidens to get her king. So if getting into the wrong hands, they could be used for, to try and lure men away from their marriages and stuff like that. And it's not anything to do with men, because a lot of people think, oh, is it magic? Is it voodoo? Is it this? Is it that? It's not anything to do with that. It's enhancing your sexuality and your femininity. It's like the ultimate level up, I would say. We all do like facials and stuff like that, but we don't really take as much attention and care to our yoni and to our sexual parts, to our smell, to the pheromones and everything. We just have like Chanel perfume or Christian Dior or whatever. These are made in labs, so they don't have the ingredients that are so potent and intoxicating to a man. These are packed full of pheromones, and they actually enhance the sexual desire of a man. So it's nothing to do with anything, the voodoo or spells or anything like that. It's just what nature has naturally given to us, which has been lost, and certain things that tribeswomen would do. Anyway, so I had to pretend that I had this fiance for a few years, and he was like not giving me the date for the marriage, and he was like being distant. So then she told me about her experience, so which is quite interesting. She used a product. Actually, I've got it here. This is called Scorpion. I don't know if you can see where the camera is.
Oh wow!
But it's a tiny little product. And she said to me that she was traveling one time, and she was in the airport, and kind of like, you have this little layover. And she managed to start speaking to a guy, and the guy told her that he was on his way to London to buy his suit for his wedding. So they started talking. Obviously, there was some chemistry there, but she was like, "Oh my God, he's already, engaged to someone, and this woman was actually living in his mother's house." So things transpired. They ended up meeting again, and she said, "You know what? I really want this man. I need something to give me a bit of a boost." So this is actually an insert. So they call it a Scorpion. So she used this insert, and she said that when they actually got to the time where they were making love, she thought she actually had killed him or something, because his eyes kind of rolled back in his head, and she just thought, what's going on here? After that experience, she said that he didn't want to get on his flight, didn't get his flight again. He was staying with her. They were together for like 3 days, and then he called his mother and said, "I'm really sorry, but that lady that's in the house, she's going to have to leave, because I found my wife, and I can't marry her anymore." Just like that. And then so they're together now. They have 3 wonderful children, and she is like my sensei sort of thing. She's taught me a lot, so that was one of the stories anyway. And I think at that time I bought quite a lot of stuff, because I was already kind of selling the stuff, but just privately through friends and everything like that. And I remember there was someone that was supposed to pick me up at the airport. He was like a business, someone that wanted to do some other business that I was doing. Sorry, someone keeps like texting me. So I remember when I was in Nigeria, I had this big bottle of perfume, and it's called Kumra. It smells so divine. It's so really nice. But I don't know if people know Nigeria, there's always trying to get money from you. So they saw this big bottle of perfume and said, oh no, you can't carry that, like, because it's glass and this and that. And so I had to transport it into some like water bottles, and obviously it spilled. So my whole clothes, my suitcase was just smelling of this perfume. This guy now picks me up. Never met him before in my life, but we've been speaking about business. And then he gets in. He's like, "Oh, you smell really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. You know, it's my perfume that I just bought from Nigeria." This guy was actually, again, another guy who was getting married. He said, "Oh, you know what? I'm getting married in a few weeks, but I wish I'd met you sooner. You know, you're exactly the kind of woman that I want." This is just driving me from the airport to home. And he was like, you know, I said, "Oh, you're getting married, don't you love your wife?" "Oh, no, I don't love her. It's just that, you know, she was the one who was available. I just you." I was like, "Oh, wow." And he's like, "You know, can't we just have something? You can be my, you know, other." I was like, "Excuse me." And I was thinking, is it this perfume that just made that guy turn like that? Anyway, some few weeks later, a few weeks later, oh yeah, I gave some to some friends, this actual comrade, and I remember we all went out and we all pulled actually, and it was just a weird experience. One of the girls that I was out with, she pulled the guy that owns the kind of the restaurant, so we used to always go there and get free food. The whole menu was just free. That same night, some guy that I'd known for many years just decided to kiss me. It was just so random. He was a friend and he just did that. And another one of my friends, she kind of it was a good experience, but it wasn't, because the guy that she met on that night ended up nearly trying to put some kind of retinol in her drink, and but she managed to get away. So we just realized that this thing was pretty powerful. And the girl that pulled the guy, the same night we all pulled when we were in their Perfume, it's the first date he took her to Mexico, and you know he fell madly in love with her, and he was to the point of obsession. She had to kind of like get away from him, but it was like, you know, we were all thinking, this perfume, you really, really have to. And I remember one time I used it. Went out, and a guy that I never met before came up to me, stroked my fur coat, and said, "You smell amazing. You're beautiful." I was like, "Wow!" It was really, really potent. You know, it's the pheromones that are in it. It's just a smell that, you know. But there are different ones. I've got, where are they? So,
oh my gosh,
so I now just put
I
them in
got
this little
so much.
bottle. This called
Wow.
Kumra. So they have like this one's a white amber. Smells really nice. It's lovely for the summer. And they're really really fresh smelling one. And this one is actually my favorite. The story behind this one is Cleopatra also used to use perfume to you know, as an attraction thing. And when she was dating Mark Antony and Julius Caesar, she would dip her sails in perfume, and then when she's going out to sea, when she's going to meet them, you would be able to smell her days before she actually arrives. And one of her favorite perfumes was cardamom. So this has cardamom in it, and it smells divine. It smells just amazing, you know. This is one of my favorite ones, and you can actually even wear them to bed as well. And you know, even if you're not with somebody, it just brings out your family. It just smells so nice. I've got a client that she bought a load of stuff because she was in a relationship, and then the relationship broke down, and she said, "You know what? I still wear the stuff because it actually brings out my sexuality, my femininity when I'm wearing it. It just smells so divine." So that is only part of the stuff. I've got a whole range of stuff, and these are things that are centuries old. Like they are from Queen Cleopatra, they are from Queen of Sheba, Queen Makeda, and what Queen Esther would have used, you know, going through her 12 months of beautification and purification. So yeah.
I am absolutely shocked. I'm so in shock right now. And you kind of reference that we wear perfume, we put makeup on, and that's kind of similar to the enhancement of and coming down from traditional, you know, tradition practices.
Exactly.
And it kind of makes sense. It really does. But I am in shock that a smell or perfume smell, even though you know you smell something, you go, that's lovely, can have that much power.
Well, because pheromones are, I mean, they're the underlying thing of what makes us attractive. You know, people are attracted to how people smell, and you know, it's very important as a woman that you smell nice and you smell lovely. And you know, that comes from within as well, you know. So I have products that are detoxifying and to help with your inner health. So your inner, your yoni. There's a fruit called Gorantula, which is this
So
one
what's
here.
yoni? Just break down yoni. What's
Yoni
yoni?
is the nice feminine word for your vajayjay. So so
Oh,
yoni care, if you Google on there, like, you know, or you go on Instagram, you see things about yoni care. That is the sacred name for your women's parts, which is just for us. So there's lots of things that help you with the health of your yoni. And one of them is this Gorantula, which is only grown in Africa, and only certain parts of Africa as well. And this is like, they call it it's a superfruit. It's a miracle fruit. It does so much. It helps with diabetes. It helps lower your blood sugar. It helps with your internal health if you've got high blood pressure. Does so many things, but one of the main things that it does is it cleanses the yoni. It cleanses the vagina walls. If you have any suffering with like dryness or you know, BV or any kind of like bad odors down there, this is actually an amazing fruit. And I have it because basically what you do with this is you soak it for about 24 hours or just until it's soft, about maybe 2 days in water. After you wash it, you put it in hot water, and then it becomes soft. And then it becomes quite slimy. There's lots of like juice comes out, like syrup. And then you section it up and you chew it. Like, I don't know if you've ever had sugar cane. It tastes very sweet, like sugar cane. And then you just chew it and you discard the seeds, and then you just have it like that, and you drink the juice. But also I have the syrup, which is already pre-made. I don't know if you see that. The Gorantula syrup. So if you don't want to deal with all the chewing and everything, this is like kind of fortified. It's and it's got African honey in it as well, like which is an organic aphrodisiac, and it is actually an aphrodisiac as well, because it does really make you really quite horny, to be honest with you. And it's good for fertility as well. Women use this for if they want to conceive, but it is good for your health, your vagina health, for your women's health, and it does make you flow. You know, so be careful what you wear. Make sure you got your panty liner on.
oh my gosh!
It's a very,
So
very
would it just be drinking it, or do you insert
you
it or
drink
anything?
it. You know, this one is a drink, so you drink this. You have like about 2 spoons. Like, you can take this every day. If you want it to enhance your libido, or you want to have, like, you know, enhance your sexual pleasure, you'll take it maybe an hour before you're actually going to meet your guy. But I take this anyway because it's very cleansing. It's you know, it's a cleansing thing. And then another product is I don't know if you've heard of yoni steaming.
Yes, I have on TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get different herbs. This is from the Gorantula, which is just the actual herbs, where you boil this up and you sit over it. And you know, all the steam goes into your nether regions and it cleanses, and you know, and you wash yourself with the water. So that's another cleansing sort of thing. And it actually is known to shrink fibroids. I was speaking to my friend yesterday. She just discovered she had fibroids, which is very common in black women, and not just black women, because I have a white friends that have had fibroids as well, and it actually helps to shrink them. That's what they were using, you know, back in the days. These core coming through, or bloating or anything like that. So so yeah, it's very good.
It's amazing. I'm sat here with my mouth open. I'm in shock that, why did we not know about these things? Why is this information not given down, handed down, especially if it's, our cultural information? Where do you think the disconnect happening
Well, a
in
lot of things I think have been
in
lost through generations and generations. Obviously, especially through, okay, there's a bit of a taboo around these products as well, and that comes from the misinformation about, like, people thinking, oh, it must be there must be some magic in it, or is it spells, or is it voodoo? Because where these products come from is the Soala Arab tribe in Nigeria. So they are basically what is it, polygamous, where they have more than one wife. The man will have married more than one wife. So these women might come from everywhere, but the women that have these secrets of this kind of matter will be given it by their mothers and say, look, use this on your wedding night so that you will be the favorite. You will have all the, all the blessings, all the goodness on you. You'll collect all the revenue. And so all the other women that didn't have these secrets were thinking, oh, she's using juju on him. Oh, she's doing this. Not knowing that she's just using organic aphrodisiacs. So of course, men, they think with their nether regions. So of course, if it feels good and different from all the other ones, you're going to want to keep coming back. You want to give her all the money. You want to give her all the gifts. She's the one who's giving you the good. She's giving you the good. So, so that's what it is. It's just enhancing. And I think it was Eva from the Housewives of Atlanta. She was talking about the yoni steaming, and she was saying, what sometimes you look out and you think, why is that man buying that woman that just looks quite average, that amazing car? Why is he flying her out onto all these holidays? Why is he buying her all these Hermes and Chanel and all that? She's just average. You don't know what's going on in these behind closed doors. You don't know what she's been doing down there. And she said that, these yoni steams and caring for your yoni, it gives you this higher level of sensuality, and they won't be able to put their finger on it. They won't be able to know what it is. They've even got stuff that the inserts are, some of them are yoni tightening as well. So if you're a bit loose down there, it's actually the steaming, these are called durkan. So you basically put these on coal, and you smoke your body with them. So it starts from your vagina area, and the smoke will envelope your whole body. So your whole body is smelling of this scented incense, and it's really beautiful. I don't know if you've ever come across like Senegalese women, because this is from actually Senegal. Senegalese women, they have this smell around them, and Ethiopian women as well, and sometimes Somali women. This is what they do. They smoke their body with all of these ointments, and so they're just smelling different. They're feeling different. Their skin is feeling different because they're using all of these stuff like Kuli Charm. This is another one, which is a body melt, and it smells divine. I tell you, anytime I'm packing any of these stuff, my whole house just smells so nice. And so I said all that to say, going through this whole 12 months of beautification and purification, there's so many more things that we can do than just spraying perfume or putting like a face mask on or whatever. The level up, it starts from within. So you start with your yoni smoking, your guruntula, your yoni steaming. There's other things as well called durkan, which I thought I had. Here it is. This is a powder that's got turmeric. It's got lots of different other things in. And on my Instagram page, I've got a demonstration of how it's used. So they mix this in the egg, put it all over their body and your face and everything like that. And then you use the smoke to smoke it, and then it becomes hard. And then you rub it off. And nowhere to like, your body is glowing, like it's like a fake tan for black women. It's like it kind of stays on your body, it kind of stains it, but it gives you this, you're glowing like a golden goddess. That's the only way I could describe it. And you can put it on your face. Wow. You don't even need to put makeup on. So all these, when they're doing these things, they're going into their king, their husband, new husband's house, actually like a goddess, smelling like a goddess, looking like, glowing, everything, So we can take those in whole or in part and just use them for our level up. And, because of the story, the history behind it, they are so powerful and just so feminine and so beautiful. And just using those to bring back your own femininity is amazing.
Oh, wow. And even the story of Queen Esther, as you said, she took 12 months to actually, go through that purification and, treat herself really beautiful to get prepared for her king. And I do know as well that that's something that, you also do in terms of you have a program that people could go on. We can get to know these products. We can, because I'm looking to meet my king one day, very soon, I tell you.
Very soon.
And I would I would love to go through, just this whole process and just knowing these secrets,
Yeah,
and what's beautiful, it's natural, it's organic, tapping into my feminine power. I
yeah,
do feel like, we've got these cross waves of, independent women standing in my masculinity, and
yeah,
I want to be fluid, I want to be soft. I see the power in femininity, it's
yeah,
absolutely powerful. And to
yeah.
be able to consciously work with it, that's like next level.
Exactly.
So
And these are
you,
yeah, these are our natural gifts. Why shouldn't we
yeah,
use them? I think a lot of the time they have been suppressed because men know how powerful women actually are, right? So there's this whole movement at the moment in Instagram, and of all these women practicing hypigamy, and a lot of the girls that come to me, they think that that's what I'm about, which I'm totally not. And hypigamy means that you marry up, basically, or you marry someone, or you're dating somebody that's out of your social circle, and you've gone and they've kind of rescued you from the ghetto. I do not buy into that at all,
yeah,
because we are already queens. It's that some of us, we
yeah,
have forgotten. Queen Esther did not need the title. She didn't actually want the title of queen, because she already knew that she was a queen, and she didn't actually need any
yeah,
title for that. So once you know who
yeah,
you are, then you will find the right
yeah,
man, partner, job, business, whatever it is, that will meet you at
yeah,
that level, rather than you thinking,
yeah,
oh, I'm down here and somebody has to come and rescue me. Because
yeah,
by rights, if you think you're down there, that's what you're going to get. If our thoughts create a reality and we think we need to be rescued, you're not going to find your king there. You have to rise up to the level of where that king is going to be, and meet him there. And I always talk about destiny helpers as well, because there's also people that, when you're on your level up journey, that will be helping you to get to your destination. So they might not actually be the destination, they are part of your journey. And I'm always
yeah,
meeting these destiny helpers. um, Even the other day, like when we spoke for the first time, I was writing down, because I was
yeah,
telling you about the story of Queen Esther. She had 7 maidens that helped her on her journey. And imagine that you have 7 women and a man that actually help
yeah,
you with your styling, with your etiquette, with knowing the ways of
yeah,
the court, which is the king's palace. Your mannerisms, your thought, your mindset, your spirituality, your makeup, your hair, everything, how to walk, how to carry yourself. So these were the 7 maidens
wow,
that, and I've brought together these all these different people that are helping my women in the community, that my private community, to be on their level up journey.
yeah,
And I remember saying to you that there's in those 7 maidens was a man called Haggai, who was one of the king's eunuchs. So a eunuch is someone that is quite effeminate. And if you watch, I recommend everybody watch this film called One Night with the King. It's the story of Queen Esther, and this Haggai is
yeah,
projected in that as a black man, very strong, but it's quite feminine as well, because he would be like, a bit like Miss J, not as feminine as her, but he was in touch with both of
yeah,
his masculine and feminine side. He was very spiritual. So I've been looking for my Haggai to add to these 6 women to make
yeah,
the 7th maiden, sort of thing. So what we also teach in the Endless Queen Esther School of Secrets is to your mindset and a lot of spirituality. So we do a lot of meditation. We have a 12 months
yeah,
abundance and meditation program that we go through, which has a lot of tasks, and it's quite hard because you have to spend a bit of time working on yourself. And I've
yeah,
been through that twice now. And
yeah,
with everything that was going on, I took 2 days out. On one was on that blackout Tuesday. I said, I'm not going to do anything. The energy is very low. I need to raise my vibration. Did some meditation, and I think I did some the next day as well. And that was the day that I spoke to you, and then I was telling you about Haggai, and I wrote down everybody's name. I wrote your name there as well, and I left a space for Haggai.
yeah.
I woke after sleeping the whole day. I went to the shops. I got chased down the street by a man, by the way. I went
Did
to
you
the
have your
shops.
perfume on?
Yeah, I looked.
Did you
It
have your
wasn't even
perfume
long.
on?
That was the inner, because I've been doing 2 days of meditation, and it must have been my inner aura,
Ah,
because I had on my Primark jumper. My hair was not even done. I had my glasses that were broken that need to go to Specsavers, but it's not open anymore. And I was just carrying these flowers to come home, and then this guy gave me, like, he comes in his like really nice Mercedes, gave me way, and then he kind of waved to me, and then I said, well, that's a bit strange. So I'm talking to my friend on my earphones, walked across the road, and he's there again, but I just didn't want to pay him any attention. I was going in my house, I looked a mess. And then he did a U-turn, went in a one-way street to park in front of me and say, can you please come over here? And I was like, what? Went over to him and said, you're so beautiful. You're amazing. Can I have your number? And I was like, I was thinking to myself, can't you see my hair? Can't you see these glasses I'm wearing? So then I gave my number. I thought, okay, whatever. Gave my number. Went home. He was calling me when I was still on my friend anyway. Went home, had these beautiful flowers. Not these ones. I got some. I love peonies. These are my favorite flowers. So put these flowers in a beautiful vase. Yeah, put the flowers in the vase, and I found 2 candles. So I thought, I'm going to put these candles by either side of these flowers. I'm going to light them for George Floyd. Just for him to light the way. I've not been on the internet. I've not done anything for the past 2 days. I've been doing my meditation. So I think in the evening, I looked on Instagram, and it was actually his funeral that day. I didn't know it was his funeral, but because I've raised my vibration and I was in this kind of like empathic energy, I was able to tap into that. That's what was needed to be done that day. Again, I was able to draw in a guy even though I was looking a mess. And the final cake on the icing on the cake was, I drew in my hey guy. So I looked at my Instagram, and I had a message from a very, very powerful shaman. And he is Gwyneth Paltrow follows him. He's like, friends with Keanu Reeves. He's like a multi-millionaire. I've never heard of this guy before in my life. I swear down. It was only through my meditation and thinking, I need to call in this. I need a guy. I need a guy that's going to come in and complete this Queen Esther secrets. His name is Shaman Durek, and everybody who's listening to this needs to go and check him out. He is amazing. So he's the fiance to Princess Martha of Norway, and he just sent me a message, and he said, hello princess, you need to I need to be in touch with you. You need to connect to your roots and know who you really are. And then he wants me to meet his future queen. And I'm thinking, who is this guy? I said, how did you find me? He said, you called for me. He said, I was led to you. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And I sent him the picture. I had to send him a screenshot because he looks like Hey Guy. He looks like Hey Guy in the Queen Esther's Secrets. And I was just laughing to myself, wow, this is so powerful. And back to what I was saying about, us being queens, is if I can pull in this powerful man of God, like spiritual man, who the hell am I?
Yeah.
Who am I in the spirit that I could do that?
Yes.
And we've been talking, and he's been such a very good strength for me, because this past 2 weeks as a Black woman has been very hard. I've got white friends. I've been leaving WhatsApp groups left, right, and centre, throwing stones at every dog that barks. And he said, look, get into your space. No one, put your crown back on your head. No one can lower your vibration. You are a queen, and you need to know who you are. These people are in their different levels of learning, and you need to be the one to be able to teach them. So that's what I've been doing, giving people resources and everything like that. And I can only do that through my hiring my vibration, going into these meditations and everything like that. So we have like a 7 a.m. club. So every morning we get up at 7:30, and we do our meditation, we do journaling, and we do exercise. And that is a routine that we've been doing through this whole COVID situation. And the girls have come out of it. And one of the girls now, she's actually doing her own meditation. She just sent me this morning. This is one that I prepared. And I was like, wow, it's amazing. It sounds so professional. So we're going to all meditate to one of my queens meditation tomorrow. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of miracles happening in the group. And it's just such a blessing to be able to share this Queen Esther's story and make it our own journey, and that we are queens and we don't need anybody to rescue us. We are goddesses. We are there to be looked after and worshipped, and that's what we deserve. We're receivers, So too much.
That is excellent. What's beautiful as well is that I know, so we got the Queen Esther secrets, and you've got the products, but what's beautiful is that you've got a community of women that are actually going through the 12 months purification. And then after that, they've got a courtier where they actually you do a bit of like online dating, but with, really quite,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. I
what
have 8 years.
like the men are.
Yeah, I have 8 years experience as a matchmaker. So I was living in Switzerland for a couple of years, and I used to do events there, bringing people together. So I've had people that are married, that have children that they should actually name after me because they came to my event. And so I used to do these different events, and then I got approached by a very high net worth, matchmaking agency. And they said, "Oh, you know a lot of people. We would like you to be one of our scouts." So they would give me clients that was like super rich. One of them took one of the people that I introduced to them. First date was on a private jet going to Ibiza, and all of this stuff. So I have this experience, and I have a wide network. So we did a few of the Courtiers Room recently, and one of the girls, like I never tell the girls who the guys are. We're not supposed to talk about where we're from, what we do, because I just want to see if these girls can actually discover who these men are, and not have these kind of prejudices about, oh, well, I'm not going to date him because he's from over there or whatever. And one of the girls messaged me after the event and said, "Oh my God, I just saw that one of the guys that was on your event on this documentary, and he's like a multimillionaire and this and that." And I was like, "Yeah, I like really could, I can introduce you to real people like that, you know." And they're like, "Yeah, every guy that came, they were saying that, when Soala calls, they come running because you do what you say you do." And there's not that many women that are on these like coaching things on Instagram and everything like that have the experience, because a lot of them are quite young, and so they're just seeing what everybody else is doing, maybe reading about things. But I've met a few of them, and I'm like, "Okay, have you ever been to Ascot? No. Have you ever been to Cartier Polo? No. Have you ever been to this, not any place that I asked? No, I've never been to." But you're teaching women how to level up and how to get into society, but you've never actually done it before in your life. You're just so I have experience. I'm not living my life on Instagram trying to be this guru. I've actually lived the life. I've done it. Same like you've got your experience, so you can tell people this is how it went, learn from my experience, and this is what I enjoyed. This was great, that was not good, that kind of thing. And I think you can only do that when you're in a certain age group. You can't do it when you're 26.
No,
So
there's a lot of life to learn.
exactly. So I said all that to say that when you come into my community, I am teaching you, and I'm bringing all these other women to help you with your journey. So I do master classes on etiquette, on self-care, on sensuality, on seduction, on spirituality, on your own spirituality, on your level up journey, on the herbs, on your environment, which is very important as well. Who are you hanging around, and how are they influencing you? Where are you going to? If you want to meet a man of influence, or a man, a king, you're not necessarily going to find him in the pound shop or Primark. You need to put yourself into where there are people of affluence that you could actually aspire to. Maybe they're going to invite you to the golf club. I've had people invite me to come shooting. I've been on yachts in Monaco. I've been to Monaco 5 times to watch Grand Prix. I've never paid. I've always been on a yacht, and someone else has been footing the bill. So you have to be around the right people. So I'm teaching women how to carry themselves, how to some people look good, but as soon as they open their mouth, they're ratchet and ghetto. So it's all about your whole demeanor. You have to be the whole package. You can't just come and take some Gurantula and sleep with a guy one day, and then then he finds out your personality, and that's overpowering even the power in this. So so you have to be a whole package. And people might think 12 months, oh, it's a long time, but to build, to know yourself. We have been in lockdown for coming up to 4 months now. And yes, it's been a long time, but it's been a good time as well, because certain things can only happen in isolation. for people. And for
Yeah.
me, I've been, working on myself as well, my mindset, my meditation, and my health and stuff like that. And I can't do that when I'm going
Yeah.
out to work all the time, because I hardly have time to. I have a coffee, and then I'm
Yeah.
out, and then I'm on the tube, and then I'm talking to this person, doing my work, and then if I have lunch or whatever, when I come home, it's like, I'm so tired, I can't even make a proper meal for myself. Never mind meditation and exercise and journaling. And who has time for all that when you're working? So this is a blessing. This is a
Yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
amazing time that we probably will never have again, to work
Yeah.
on ourselves, to go through this journey. I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe another 4 weeks or so. I reckon about August, and they're going to run out of furlough money. We'll all have to go out to work again. So using this time, if I can get the girls to, whoever's interested in this, come and join our community. I'm going to put some links down anyway, but join our community and go through this experience, because it is powerful. And to find yourself, know who you really are, is very important.
Yeah.
Loving yourself before someone can actually come into your life and say, love you. A lot of people are looking for love and they don't even love themselves. How's someone going to, if you
Yeah.
can't treat yourself good, how are you going to expect anybody else to
Yeah.
treat you? I mean, you'll know yourself, when you don't really need anything from anybody. That's when you get the most. Celebrities are always being dashed clothes for free and all of that, because they don't need it. But if you're looking all haggardy, like you really, really need that, that pair of trousers or whatever, they're not going to give it to you, because they don't want someone like you to wear it because you look haggard. So even in this lockdown period, if you're still not knowing how to do your hair, how to do your nails, you don't know how to put eyelashes on and everything like that, you're waiting for things to open, I feel sorry for you, because you should have been learning in this time how to look after yourself.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I've been laughing throughout the whole interview in awe, admiration, in all these beautiful things, and I love how straight you are as well to the
Yeah,
subject,
it
and
is.
absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to going on this journey with you as
Yes.
well, and going on my 12 months purification, learning these secrets.
Yeah.
I'm really, and anyone else who wants to join, and make sure you do. You got links at the bottom, so you press them, and definitely come on this journey of leveling up with
Yeah, it's a
Soala from
lifestyle. It becomes part of you. It becomes part of what you do.
yeah,
You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. You're going to put on your clothes, you have your shower, whatever. It's just adding a few little extras in there. Maybe twice a month you might do a yoni steam. Once a month you might do a body steam. When you're going on dates, you're going to use your coolie charm, and you're going to use your
yeah,
kumra. You're going to maybe do once a month. You might do, a dill card, the scrubs and stuff like that. It's just extra things
yeah,
that you can do to make yourself stand out, and it becomes a habit. It becomes like you start being like these women, because it is part of
yeah,
you. So it's a lifestyle, and what I have is a lifestyle brand. So, and also when you are going through this journey, everybody's at their different levels, but you can be dating, you can be actually even in a relationship already, and you just want to spice things up. You
yeah,
maybe think it's getting boring, you want to use the ancient aphrodisiacs to spice things up in the bedroom and just renew things. So there's something for everyone, single, married, dating. I just need to know where you are, so that I can package everything up for you, and what you need to do, and the coaching that you need. Yeah.
that's excellent. Soala, thank you so much for joining us on the Mama
Thank
Knows
you
Best
for
show.
having me.
I definitely, and I'm looking forward to everything and knowing everything and standing in my femininity. So thank you so much for bringing the message as well. So
Thank
definitely. Oh, lots of love. So everyone, I am absolutely in awe right now. I have just spoke to Soala from the secrets of this, well, the Queen Ester secrets about ancient products that that was in our culture. We used, we knew, and it's been handed down, and somewhere it's been lost. Even the point of getting to know ourselves and knowing who we are as women, standing in our femininity and understanding the power of femininity, and just being there, being fluid, being stand in mighty power there. I am so excited to go on this journey with the Queen Ester secrets, and you can check her out on her Insta, the_Queen_Esther_secrets, and as well there's links in the description to go on this course with me, with her, as well, of leveling up. Getting to know yourself is so important. One beautiful thing she said is that people value you the way you value yourself. So if you don't even love yourself, how could someone love you? I want to be in full love with me, and absolutely full wholeness, and even knowing, these little things that I can do to spice up my relationship and keep my whole self, clean, cleansed, healthy. And even in the, I think she described yoni regions, it's really important, because we wash our hair, we wash our skin, we wash our, but how do we care for our yoni regions? I don't know about you, but I wasn't taught. Just make sure there's no soap down there. Well, but anyway, I don't know, BB, whatever, it's crazy. But yes, so thank you so much for joining me on the Mama Knows Best show, Stories of the Soul. And I've absolutely had an amazing discussion with Soala. So definitely join us. Go on the course now. I'm going on it. I'm going to document it, definitely, and get to know those secrets that can help you no matter where you are in your life. And one beautiful thing for the single ladies, there's a whole course that brings you from purification, knowing yourself, knowing these secrets, straight into a courtier, which he says, like a dating space, with high net worth men, and even just beautiful men, and people who are on their journey as well. So thank you so much for joining me on the Mama Knows Best. Click those links. It's going to be absolutely exciting, and this is the time to get into reconnect with who we are as a human race and as a woman. So thank you so much for joining me online and on radio. Check it out, and make sure you join to our our newsletter as well at mamaknowsbest.com as well. There you can just put your email address and stay in touch with everything that we're doing. Thank you for your time, and have a blessed day. Bye. Mama Knows Best, celebrating every woman's strength, purpose, and potential through sharing online and on radio. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soala, for joining me. Bye-bye.